Hello, it's Kristen from Life of Crafting, and I'm coming back. I have another part 2 to the haul video, my road trip to Tampa that I'm just gonna have to stop crying because I'm leaving my son for college. This is hard. Anyway, I don't expect this to be an exciting video, but somewhat of a documentary, but also it'll give me some reference if I need to look back in future visits. Well, yesterday we took a ride from Tampa over to Clearwater, and there was a store in Port Richey, Florida. It's called Krafts by Kathleen. Really nice, cute little store in a strip mall along there. She didn't have as much as that scraparium, but let me tell you, she had what she did have that she brought in. She did a really nice job with making a selection of stuff there. So what I got from her was I did find the larger 12 by 12 sheet that I said I wanted in that cut aparts from that pack that I got in part 1. So that's, nothing. It's something you've already seen. And then she did have a nice selection of Gina K products. As far as, she had a lot of the mini cubes. I had looked at her website online before going, and I needed some refills for my larger stamp pads, and unfortunately the colors I had, she just didn't happen to have. So at some point I am going to have to do an order to get those from Gina K. So she did have some warm cocoa, which is a nice color. It's a nice brown. The tomato soup color, I used that with my Love from Lizzie North Pole collection, and I was hoping I'd have enough to get me through with my 6x6, but I picked up some extra since she had them there, and they were only like $3.95. I guess it's 10 sheets, if I had to guess correctly in here. And then another one called Green Grass. So that was all I got at her place, but don't let me dissuade you from thinking that she didn't have much. Like I said, she had a lot of different papers and things like that, but I'm really, like I said, I'm trying to give myself a little hiatus, and like I said, looking at what I've bought, you wouldn't think that, but I am. So then I'll go through the rest of this. Now today I went to the Blick Art Store. Website is known as dickblick.com. They have a location in Philly that I had really been wanting to get up to, that my son and I were going to go to, and we just hadn't gotten there. So with him being an architect major here in Tampa, I expect he'll probably have a need for some art supplies at some point. So I did want to make sure he got there so he could kind of understand what the store was. So I did pick up some of this Faber-Castell, if that's how you say it. I wanted to try some of their pencils to get a feel for what the differences are. I mean, I'm surprised at just how easily these were drawing on our skin. My son and I were both thinking that they were just very easy to be blended and stuff. Like I said, these are supposed to be like the cream of the crop stuff. So I did pick up 3 different colors. Looks like a 174, a 167, and a 225. They had names there, but I don't see them on the pencils. So I just picked up 2 greens and a red. Like I said, I just want to give them a try, and I figured that'd be good, just add a little color sometimes on my cards. I have been wanting to get a T-square just because, sometimes you need it for leveling off, and I haven't had one of these since probably like middle school. So nothing exciting, I told you, but I had having a need for some of my Copics to do refills, and they did have a special there where if you bought 6, it was a much lower price for the refills. Oh, I don't necessarily remember what the price was. I probably have my receipt around, but it was, again, drastically reduced. Like, I'm gonna just hypothetically say it went from like 5 to like $3.35 or something. So it was well worth getting the 6, and my marker for the YG 67 was bone dry, so I needed to get some of the refill. So I picked up the 6, and then they had the You know what? My receipt's right here. Let me get it because the way they marked the stuff, like we know these as being the sketch marker, and they had them like, they did the chow, but then they did something about a multi-liner, which was really expensive, which I don't think that was these. And then they had it as coloring marker, which I would assume would be these. So, let's see, the refills were $5.39 down from $5.99, so I didn't get as big of a price break as I thought they were. And the sketch markers were $5.85 if you bought more than 6. And you know, the way I try to build my stash is there's a lot of Nicole Spohr videos that I like of hers, and I'll make a note of what cards she's making that I'd like to make. And when there's marker colors in there that I don't have, I put them in a shopping list, and then I will you know, use that for my shopping. And I do use the Copic app to keep track of what I have. So I know I needed like a pink. There was something I was doing recently and I was trying to color in. It was a flower or something, and the pink just looked horrible with the one I had. So I just picked like a, you know, a warm pink. And then the rest of these were ones that, actually I lie. These two, I know I need yellows that are not like a bright fluorescent. So these were ones I just picked on my own, but these were ones I've seen in some of Nicole's videos and made notes. And I'm just, like I said, just gonna try and kind of add to my collection a little bit at a time. So that was the haul. Like I said, nothing really exciting, but giving an idea as to how and what you can expect from the Blick retail stores. This was a smaller store. The store in Philly that I see advertised must be a much larger one, and I was really hoping to get some of the oxide ink pads of Tim Holtz, and they didn't have it. They didn't even know what I was asking about when I asked for them. So that tells you they had no idea. So part two of the part two is that I did bring with me like the photo album boxes that look like shoe boxes. And when I was laid up after my leg surgery, I had gotten a lot of cards prepared to take for my weekend getaway in February. And I came across a box that was this card here that was prepped that I never made it. So when I traveled, I brought with me just cards that needed assembly involving just glue. So I can just sit, my son drove for part of it, and I glued some of these in the car ride down, and then here at the hotel I have been assembling some of these too. So this was the gingerbread and peppermint paper from Stamping Up from the 2021 season, and I found this online, and don't know what I did with the paper. I don't have it with me. I got an inspiration off of Pinterest. She had like something behind this, like a circle thing and another strip of paper. I just kind of went more basic with it, and these were just strips that I had. Let me see if I can stand up so I know I'm showing to. These were just strips, 1-inch strips I had left after doing some cuttings, and used them there. The I think the other one I saw, like I put the white layer behind it. I think she had the paper that just went right down on it, but there was too much of a gap. This was a paper scrap that I had, and again, I don't have, oh no, I do have a razor here. A ruler here. I think I wanted to cut this in a even number. So no, it's 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I wanted to make sure I could get a certain number out of the sheet, but I'm thinking this may have been a scrap. I used, I think this is a Queen & Company flag punch, and this may be an old miscellaneous, like Hero Arts or Recollections there. And then this was some ribbon again. I had my stash that I was just using up, and these were fussy cut out of the papers. I would have normally cut off this piece here. I'm a little over. on the base, but I don't have a trimmer with me, so I'm gonna just, you know, have to trim them out when I get home. So these are ready to go. I did bring with me 4 of these shoebox packs, and I've gotten through 2, and then I do have some other ones, but I've been doing them more in a, because 2 of the shoebox are the same card, so I've been doing them like, doing all the stamping was done, but I had to do some inking around and stuff. So those, I don't know if I'm gonna get them ready on this trip. I started saying in the beginning was that I was expecting, today is Wednesday, I was expecting to have till Friday. I can't stop crying. I just found out he's moving in tomorrow. So I thought I had another day of just kind of, you know, hanging around the hotel, doing some stuff, and just, you know, spending time with him. But I don't know. Maybe I won't get them done this trip, but there are good things to have on hand. Some of those shoebox projects for when you are doing some traveling and things where you have them ready and you don't have to think about it. That's kind of why I leave some of my projects unfinished until that time. So I apologize for the rambling on and the crying, but it is what it is. So this is part 2. There was another craft store here that I wanted to check out, but it's further south. It's like an hour south. So I don't know if I'm really going to get to it. I was thinking like tomorrow if we had the time to take him and go, but you know, I have to head back to New Jersey, so I'm going to be going north. I had the hotel till Friday, so I don't know if I may just stay because I'm not going to get the money back. I may just stay tomorrow night. Maybe I'll just do some cards. But I hope this at least gives you some ideas to, if you're traveling in the Tampa area, some of the stores that were here, some of the expectations of what you can have from the stores that are here. And it'll give me a good idea looking back as to what I did get from certain stores if I get confused, because, you know, my old lady brain's going to be sticking in soon. But I thank you very much. I would appreciate some thumbs up if you did get something good out of this. And I will have more for my road trip home. Talk to you later. Bye.